Hi everyone, I'm Bevan Victory of Victory Doula and Birth Services. I offer birth classes and doula services here in Cleburne, Texas. And today I'm here with Dr. Michael Glover of Grace OBGYN here in Cleburne. How are you today, Dr. Glover?
I'm doing very wonderful, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. For our viewers, if you tune in to the live video, go ahead and leave your comments or questions for Dr. Glover, and we will make sure to check those before we turn off the video. So, you ready to get started? I have some questions for you. All right. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about how long you've been in Cleburne and how did you end up here?
I have been in Cleburne for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
And I have previously been in a very good practice in Kaufman, Texas that I really loved.
Mm-hmm.
And I planned to retire there, but the hospital closed their delivery services.
Oh.
Couple of years ago, and I was not ready to quit, so this opportunity came up, and we really love being here.
Well, thank you so much. Cleburne is really grateful to have you here as an option. So we're glad you ended up here. So tell us a little bit about your practice. What is the feel, and what do you want people to know about it?
Well, I have a very unique practice in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Cleburne has 3 gynecologists in town who do not do deliveries.
Right.
And so my business is very heavy on obstetrics.
Yes.
Which
Lots of babies.
I don't mind. That's because that's what I enjoy the most.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been unique for most of my years in practice. So we spend more time with pregnant women than we do with anything else. We also, the other thing that's unique is that we employ a certified nurse midwife. We have that service available in our office as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do a lot of backup work for home delivery and birthing center midwives across the area. And so we enjoy catering to the patients who have a desire for more natural and less interventional birth. We do offer comprehensive obstetric services, but we enjoy dealing with women who are wanting to deal with non-medicated births, tub births,
unique birth experiences,
things like those.
Yeah, it sounds like you definitely have a unique practice here in Cleburne and offer some great options for our local moms. And I know a lot of moms are driving from outside Cleburne as well, so that's great that you offer those services for us. So we would like to know, have you always wanted to be a doctor? What's something you're personally really passionate about or professionally passionate about? I think you've answered a little bit of it already.
Well, no, I haven't always wanted to be a doctor. I was well into my college years before I decided that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very difficult for me to even nail down at what point that happened.
Mm.
But my love for obstetrics did not come until I had actually finished medical school and been out for a while. And
Okay.
it was only then that I realized that this was the area that I enjoy the most and that I get the most satisfaction from dealing with.
Your calling. That's wonderful. Well, lots of moms want to know your policies on things like VBACs and water births and twins and breech. So what are your policies on some of those variations of labor and birth?
Well, I have a lot of experience with doing VBAC deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
The first 16 or 17 years I was in practice in Sweetwater, Texas, we did a lot of VBAC deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
I was not allowed to do them in Kaufman because of our hospital rules.
Okay.
But in the year and a half that I've been in Cleburne, we've been very busy doing VBAC deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to jinx myself by saying this, but my midwife and I so far have 100% success rate.
Wow.
With our VBACs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'll probably mess it up tomorrow now that I've bragged about that.
No, that's awesome. We want to know that good stuff.
So we are
Okay.
we love doing VBAC deliveries.
Do you have an official policy you want to tell us about? Is it going to be on a case-by-case basis, or just anybody who's interested come see you?
Well, we'll talk to anybody about it, but
Mm-hmm.
because of some of the limitations of our hospital
Right.
and some of the policies that the hospital, we do have some limitations, and
Mm-hmm.
we are not allowed to offer VBACs for women who've had more than 2 C-sections.
Right. Okay.
I believe that there's probably some circumstances where that's reasonably safe, but the hospital
Right.
policies pretty much prevent us from doing that.
Right. Okay.
And we certainly would not try it on women that we did not think it would be safe for. But we're always happy to talk to anybody about it and to assess your situation.
Wonderful. Awesome.
And I've even been known to do VBACs in some fairly unique situations. I've allowed a VBAC delivery for twins a couple of times in my career,
Mm-hmm.
and I would allow that under the right circumstances.
Okay. Awesome.
And then the other things that you mentioned is that I manage a handful of twin deliveries every year.
Okay.
The last 2 sets of twins we've done in Cleburne both had vaginal deliveries.
Wonderful.
We like that.
Mm-hmm.
I am open to the concept of an elective breech delivery, though I have to admit that we hadn't had much practice with that in the last few years.
Right.
But for the right patients that it would be a safe option for, we are open to that.
Okay. Wonderful. That's really good to know. So a couple of people have asked about water birth. I know that's an option here at the Cleburne Hospital. What is your view on that?
Well, we have a nice portable tub in our hospital. Our hospital volunteers group has already put the money aside to buy us a built-in birthing tub next year.
Awesome. That's exciting.
And so we do plan on utilizing that.
Okay.
And I have done a number of water births since I've been in Cleburne. I will admit to you that my midwife is a lot more experienced at it, a lot bigger on doing it. And so a lot of the patients who want a hospital delivery and want to have a tub birth, several of them have kind of gravitated toward our midwife to do that, but we're open for it either way.
Well, I'm sure she's teaching you to be a master at it too, right?
This is the first place I've ever worked where it's even available. So
Awesome. Well, I hope to do an interview with Jen, your midwife, as well too, and ask her all about that. So
great.
I'm so excited that that's an option, and y'all are open to that. So you've touched on this a little bit already, but how do you feel about patients who want unmedicated births?
We're all for it.
Okay.
Our hospital, we have full spectrum services, so
Okay.
patients that want to have an epidural, want to have pain control while they're in labor do, but our nursing staff is very wonderful about this,
Yeah.
and Jen and I are as well, that the patient who really has a strong desire to have an unmedicated birth, then you will find us very, very supportive for that.
Wonderful. That's great to have good providers who are on board with that. So what kind of support do you think couples need more of for pregnancy and birth? What kind of support do you want to see them have to have a good experience?
Well, that's a loaded question because
I know it's a big question.
Because we're saddled with preconceptions by a lot of our patients. A lot of our patients have had bad experiences with previous births, or have heard other women's horror stories about their bad experiences with their births, or women who are pregnant for the first time who don't know what to expect, and all those things cloud people's opinions and judgments about what to expect, and so having some prenatal education and such as the services that you provide is extremely valuable. And I think that if more women would participate in those kind of opportunities, that those presuppositions that I mentioned just a minute ago would be a lot less of a burden.
Yeah, helps them to have a better experience.
And this is also the first place where I've become intimately involved with having doulas and deliveries on occasion. And I have found that to be very helpful and very supportive as well. I had mixed feelings about that years ago, but
yeah,
the time I've been in Cleburne experience has been very positive.
I'm so glad. I think women need all the support they can get.
I agree.
Positive support, helping them on their team. So that's great. So that kind of connects with one of my later questions. Do you have a preferred style of doula? What do you really like doulas to come in and do? I know there are some doulas who will watch this video. So what do you like to see?
Well, only one time in my career have I dealt with a doula that I didn't like.
That's good.
And
only once.
I've had one situation, not in Cleburne, in a different area, where a doula I felt really interfered with what we were trying to do with the patient and with the care we were trying to do. And I realized that not every place provides good care, and they may feel that that's. But I felt like I think the patient was getting pulled two different directions. One way by us and one way by the doula, and so that's
tough.
On every other situation I've been in, the doula has been there as a positive support person and not a negative support person. And so the ones who will come in and stay with the woman, pretty much the entire labor, and continue to be an encouragement and continuing to support the plans and the birth plans that they have decided on before they were in labor.
Awesome.
is I've always found to be nothing but positive experience.
Good, thank you. So shifting gears a little bit, tell us about your family. Do you have any children?
I'm married for 37 years. My wife and I are very happy together. We have 3 children. They're all adults. As you can tell, I have white hair, so I've earned all that. I have a 35-year-old daughter, almost 35-year-old daughter, who lives in Africa.
Wow.
She and her husband are missionaries, but they are moving back to Texas in June.
Whoa, that's exciting.
And she has 3 children, my only 3 grandchildren. I'll be happy to show anybody pictures if they ever want to see them.
Yes, definitely.
And I have an adult son who is married and lives in Dallas. He's an actuary.
Okay.
And don't ask me to explain what that is, because it's pretty complicated.
We can all Google it.
And I have another adult son who is single, who lives in Fort Worth.
Okay. Wow, so you're going to have all your kiddos close.
Yep.
That's exciting. Awesome. So far, what's your favorite thing about Cleburne?
Well, there are lots of things. But professionally, my favorite thing is that I have a couple of great employees here in this office that have been very pleasant to work with, and who make it very pleasant coming to work every day. And that's one of the things I'm very proud of, is that I do enjoy what I do, and it's not a burden for me to get up and come to work every morning. I truly love what I do.
That's awesome.
And I know too many people who dread going to work and who look forward to their weekends off too much. And I truly enjoy what I do.
Yes.
I have a great nursing staff at Cleburne. The core of nurses that work there are very supportive of the things that we want to do. They're very supportive of our VBACs, of our natural births, and having the doulas. and all those things, and they are. I think that makes this a unique situation as well, because they're just overall very supportive, and and several of them have got to be great friends of mine, and we make a great team working together.
That's awesome. Good. Well, we are glad to have you. So when you are not working, what are some of your favorite things to do?
Well, I have a sailboat, small sailboat. I love to go sailing. Very disappointed that it's too windy today.
There's a lot of wind today. And a lot of days.
I have a wood shop in my garage I love to build. A sailboat I made myself.
Wow.
And my wife and I are very involved in our church that we attend, and have a small farm in Hazel that I care for on my weekends off. And
really?
so I have a very busy life. I don't sit on my hands very much.
I can't imagine that you do. Well, that's great. We like to just know stuff to get to know you a little bit. So that's awesome. I've learned a lot. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about you or your practice, or tell Cleburne?
I'm just very happy to be here. I love what I do, and I think that the people that come to see me can see that in the way we take care of people. I hope they do.
I think so. I think your passion for what you do really shows through. So let's see if we have any questions on here. Nope. No questions yet. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit more today. And for our viewers, if you would like to reach me, my website is victorydoula.com, or on Facebook, I'm Bevan Victory Doula and Birth Services. And if people want to get to know or get in contact with you, how can they reach you, Dr. Glover?
Our website is gracebirth, all one word.com. Do I get phone numbers?
If you want to.
Our office is 817-556-3606. Call my cell phone. It's 214-949-5675. I'll be happy to talk to anybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Everyone have a great day.